Nerf.
New Raider CS-35.
Nerf.
For every mission, there's a Nerf blaster.
Nerf.
The Deploy CS6, each sold separately, batteries not included. Nerf or none.
This was my childhood, and I'm not just saying my childhood. I'd go so far to say that this toy defined my whole generation's childhood. I mean, check this out. This is 1, 2, 3. I got so many of these things, I don't even know what to do with them. But one problem that I'm having now is that I don't use them anymore. Ever since these things have been coming around, toys have been becoming lamer and lamer. But that's a real shame, because I used to love these things. So why don't I combine the best of both worlds? I love video games, and I used to love Nerf blasters. So let's make a game. So I was looking at Nerf blaster models on Sketchfab, and I like this one. I imported it into my Unity project, and it's looking pretty nice. I made a simple player movement script and it's working pretty well. Wait a minute, that doesn't look right. Gotta hide the shadows, and now it's looking much better. Now, we need some enemies, and I like the idea of having these toy soldiers be the enemy in this game, so I imported it into the game. I'll work on the enemy AI later, but for the actual concept of the game, I was having some issues thinking of how the game will fundamentally work. Did I really want to make another game where you run around and shoot enemies like in my other game? Nah. I wanted to make something that really captures the nostalgia and fun I had as a kid. So I asked ChatGPT for some suggestions, and what it came up with was actually really good. It came up with the story mode campaign saying that the player competes in a Nerf tournament across different themed locations, and that it would have boss battles against Nerf champions with unique abilities. That seems really cool to me, so I followed up on that, saying I like the idea of having a 1v1, but how would the enemy interact with the environment? And the AI said that I could take cover, dodge shots, and use the environment such as knocking over objects. So I went with it. So boom, I had a working idea now, so now it's time to think of some controls. I created this masterpiece to help me figure out the controls. So 2 players are hiding behind an object on the opposite side of the room, with 2 other objects to the left and right of them for them to switch up their angles on the opponent. Pressing W will let you peek out the top, and pressing A or D allows you to peek out the sides. So let's implement this into my Unity project. Pressing W lets me pop up now, which is looking nice. I also made it so when you're peeking up, you can slide left and right so you can dodge any incoming bullets. Next up, I added the ability to peek left and right from the couch, which looks nice as well. I even added a slight tilt to the camera so it looks like you're leaning from behind the couch. And finally, I made it so you can crouch run to the other objects on your left and right to get a better angle. Movement aside now, we need to have this Nerf blaster shoot some Nerf bullets. I modeled a quick Nerf bullet using Pro Builder, and I'm glad that it's a pretty basic shape, because it made it a whole lot easier to model. I just used some good old purlin noise to create the foamy texture of the Nerf bullets, and it worked really well in my opinion. So now, with these lines of code, I'm able to shoot the Nerf bullets, and it's really satisfying to see so many bullets in one place, since in reality, seeing that many bullets would be pretty pricey. If you've ever actually tried using a Nerf gun, you'll know that you can't really shoot at the same place twice. So I added a slight randomness in my game as well to reflect that. But now, onto some visuals. As I mentioned earlier, I'm just using an imported model of a Nerf blaster, but it's all one model, like you can't move the slider on top or any of the components. So I spent a whole day painstakingly remodeling the Nerf blaster, and here's the final outcome. To be honest, I'm really bad at modeling, but I think it came out better than I was originally expecting it to. So that's fine for me, but check out what I can do now. We can have some cool animations for shooting and reloading the weapon now. I'm not too good at making animations either, so that's why I'm like hiding the reload animation for most of it. But anyways, for more visuals, I added a bullet count thingy. I think it's a really nice way to see how many bullets you have left. It reminds me of like a chamber in a revolver. As for the crosshair, I want to hear what you guys think of it. I made it like this for now because the bullets don't shoot in a straight line, gravity affects them. And I was leaning into the whole sniper crosshair thing that lots of other games do, but I'm not sure if I really like it. So give me your suggestions in the comments below. Finally, I added the ability to pick up Nerf bullets off the ground, because that's what you would do in real life. So now there's UIs showing your picked up bullets at the bottom of the screen that can be reloaded into your gun. I created a simple scene to get a general feel of the game now, and I think it's looking pretty good. I'm looking forward to continue working on this game, and you won't want to miss my future devlogs. I'll be working on the enemy AI next, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video.